I want to welcome you on board again. Good morning, according to the Federal Republic of Nigeria time in the western region of Nigeria and the West Africa. In the western side of Africa, Lagos is situated along the coastline in Nigeria and is the nearest to Cameroon and Ghana, Togo, Lomé. One of the largest African nations is Nigeria, if not the largest anyway, and its population is populous with almost 190 million citizens. It has its very good economy and is vast. A lot of people appreciate Nigeria number one among other continents of Africa. Apart from being the biggest, it has the most exposure among any other African counterparts. Even South Africa cannot even boast better than Nigeria, and everyone knows that. Ladies and gentlemen that are joining me on my platform, my name has not changed, Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. Word of wisdom is what I bring to you this morning after my morning show. In my receiving text from people, the text messages that have come through today, same people with the same set of topic from almost 30-40 people. It means that there is something inside it for us to talk about. And hence is the reason why I am here again, to come and quickly put you on spot. There is so much happening in Nigeria, and there are very many opportunities to those who want to make it in life in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a dead zone country. I like to start my speech in that manner. It is not a dead zone country. It's a country that is fertile, very, very fertile, and I stand corrected. Nigeria is a country that is very fertile. It is blessed with many, many amenities. Only in Nigeria alone, every precious stones can be found in one state or another. There is so much evidence that God is facing Nigeria, without any doubt. There is so much evidence. In fact, in talking about it, Nigeria is more richer than many white countries, many Western countries. I will use my English correctly, I beg your pardon. Many Western countries. And the reason why I said that is that according to what the previous Prime Minister said, David Cameron in the United Kingdom, Nigeria is richer than United Kingdom. There is no doubt. In the kitty there is more money to Nigerians than in the United Kingdom. The problem Nigeria is facing is organization. And until Nigeria got that right, people will continue to look at Nigeria as if there is nothing there. But believe me, in Nigeria, there is so much to do to make you live successfully without being 419, without being omole, without being begidana, without doing drugs, without doing voodoo. There's so much business you can do, and you can make it easily in Nigeria. I like to encourage people to use today's date, 1st of October, Independence, to talk about this, because I note that if there's nothing in it, people will not be sending me that topic since all these days. And look at today, 1st of October, Nigerian Independence. So the topic came in at the right time. And that's the reason why I came back to say, listen, enough is enough. Let me give you word of wisdom, wise word, to encourage those who are on the grassroots. Already those who are in the UK or in diaspora rather, it's too late. And it is not too late for those who are still struggling and don't have Article 8 human rights life. It is not too late at all. I am not saying this to lose you. I am saying this to gain you. Because at the end of the day, if you make it in life, you will still come and say thank you to me. And you will use me as a point of contact to say, it was what she said that inspired me, encouraged me to move my career further, or to step forward in my thinking. You see, Only those who have the courage in life can make it. There is no doubt. A courage without taking guns, courage without having to shed blood, courage without having to gossip or destroy people with your tongue is what we are encouraging people on. We're not encouraging people on the courage that you are going to have to destroy other people because you are moving step forward, or to kill someone because you want to get to that person's position, or to shed blood in the journey. That is not what we are talking about. We are doing this because we want to empower you, those that haven't got initiative, that doesn't even know what to do. We are telling you that there is a way forward. It is not only in the diaspora you can make it. It is not only in the United Kingdom that you can find a soft touch. There are many people in the UK that are struggling. And I said struggling. But when they come to Nigeria, they come on busy land. They come to just come and do what they cannot afford to do, show off. And as a result of that, when they return back to England, they end up to go and start paying their gbese again, because they have gone beyond their boundaries. They have handled something that is bigger than them. The topic I have for you today, and the reason why I bring it, is to uplift your spirit. For those who are obtaining visa from Nigeria, especially from the non-European countries, you that are applying for visa, don't apply for visiting visa to come and overstay. There is nothing in there for you. Trust me. When you come on a visit, they treat you properly because you are just only there for a short while, for a short period, a week or 2, 3, 4, and you are going to go back to your country. They will treat you better. When coming to United Kingdom to come and stay with a visit visa, you are coming to destroy your destiny. You are coming to destroy the plan God has for you, unless you have right to work. Because every day, every moment you are sleeping and you are not doing anything, you are wasting. Your time, your purpose on the planet cannot be fulfilled. Your time and the reason of your birth cannot be accounted for because you are wasting in another person's country. Only tí ìlú yóò bá gbé mi, I go to another country if this country does not favor me. I accept it. But when you are going to another country, go with the right attitude and right documentation. As a result of that, when you are in that country or that land, you will be able to move and put your head up freely. Even when you see the bobbies, the policemen, you don't have to run away from them because you have the right documentation to be there at that particular moment. But the moment you are coming in and you are having wrong document, a visitor person is not allowed to overstay in the United Kingdom or even in any country. Look at the Dubai, the Qatar you guys are going to go and work. They renew your residence permit for you 1 year, 2 years, all the time. But you can never become a permanent resident in those countries because it's only put together for their own citizens. Now, in the West here, in United Kingdom, United States, and other diaspora, you can have a status to become permanent and become a citizen of that country in the West, if provided you follow the right channel and you have the right attitude. Then you will be able to fulfill and accomplish the reason why you were there. Now, typical example, let me take you smoothly into United Kingdom. In the UK, a visitor is not allowed to vary status unless you are married to an EA person. And that is when the regulation is saying that even if you don't have status, you can still change, you can still have status under EA person in the UK. And it's one of the reasons why people are now being so unsettled and want us to come out of Europe completely, so that those kind of unnecessary advantage, according to them, not me, it will not be available any longer. Now, the point we have to understand here is that if you travel out of your comfort zone to go into another man's country to go and find a living or a better life, you must try as much as possible, take the right advice before you leave your comfort zone, so that it will not be from frying pan to fire. Because if you are coming and you're coming to United Kingdom and you are only carrying a visit visa, believe me, at the end of the day, it has gone from that past period. that you are able to change while you are in the country as a student, or no, as a visitor. I mean, student can still vary status, but visitors, gone are the days. Over 10 years now. Even if I am right, it's almost 15 years that the law has changed on visitors in the UK, that you will no longer have the opportunity to extend your stay or to overstay your status in the United Kingdom. And that is the reason why a lot of people that overstayed in the United Kingdom, they don't even have the opportunity to go into the market, into the labor market, because they have run out of status. They have run out of status, and the status they came in with only afford them to make a visit to the United Kingdom for a short period. And when you are given that kind of opportunity to come to the United Kingdom, then you should be aware that it was a short period of staying. It wasn't a longer period. So I am using this momentum period, this important day in Nigeria, to communicate to those who are on the grassroots, Nigerian at large, get the right advice and get the necessary attitude before you move into the United Kingdom. And when you are coming, if you're coming on a visit, don't damage your credibility by overstaying your status, because it's getting worse, and there is no way it can get better. I am not praying, I am not cursing. It's a fact. And when I am putting my hair tie on as a lawyer, I want to be very serious. I want to put it to the public at large. Coming to United Kingdom, you must have the right documentation. If you don't have the right documentation, it is like you are wasting your time. Even for those who are coming from Zimbabwe, from Zaire, from Kenya, from Jamaica, from non-European countries, get the right advice. The video is not only for Nigerians. A lot of people question me and say, are you made for Nigeria? You are not made for Nigeria, you are international. I accepted I am international, I am not for Nigerian alone. The video is for people, but because I'm in Nigeria now, I am addressing the Nigerian on the grassroots. When you are coming, get the visa. If you have a proper business, get an entrepreneur, and you don't have to come and stay in England, because what is in there that is not in Nigeria? For God's sake, cry and loud. Because if you have a good business running in Nigeria, why would you leave that business? Be truthful to yourself and come and waste yourself in somebody else's land, in another man's country. We went there because we were born there, and we returned back because there was nothing to hang around for in Nigeria. And at that time when I went to England, returned to England, I have no Nigerian passport. So I was not associated. I was not even known as a Nigerian, other than by my color and my possibly trying to socialize with people on the grassroots. The point I'm trying to make here is that those who are trying to apply for visit visa to come to United Kingdom, I am begging you, in the name of God, don't come and overstay, because there is nothing in there you are going to take. You will not be able to walk. The police will catch you after when you have run out of your visa. You will be detained and put in a detention center, after which you will be thrown out of the country, and you have damaged your credibility. 10 years, you will not be able to enter United Kingdom because you have disregarded the law in that country, in the United Kingdom. You have disregarded the law on the land. In order for you to continue to build your credibility, if you say you are coming as a visitor, come in, do what you want to do, and go back. Come in, do what you want to do, and go back. Don't mirror yourself with somebody else's that have another status that you are not aware of, the type of status the person is carrying. A lot of people will say, my sister is there, my brother is there, I am going. You are not going to be able to stay there. And you cannot be under your sister that has British passport. Well, there may not be good security, everything in Nigeria, but Britain cannot take the whole population of Nigeria. Nigeria is 180-something million or 190 million or so, thereabout. UK is only 60 million. So there is no way UK can take 60 million plus 180 to become 240 million populous nation. It is so impossible. Even at the moment, it is not every United Kingdom citizen are benefiting from what UK government is dishing or giving. So it basically means that life is not that juicy. And there is no way you can compare it with one of us, because people like us have been there for many years. We were born there, and we have put all our life inside it. So we have all it takes. But for those who are just coming in, that hasn't got the right documentation, it is not the right advice to go and overstay. Because that is why you see a lot of people staying out there, queuing to go and report at Beckett House at London Bridge. Go and reprieve to my old video on people that are being detained, or people that are signing on, reporting at Beckett House at London Bridge. In the rain period, it is now cold in the UK. The dress I am wearing now, I have been told that I don't think I can wear it in England, unless when I put on jacket on top of it and take it off when I get to the office. So it is not that rosy. A lot of people are saying if there's no security, there's no this. I accepted, and I loved what you are saying. But where you are in Nigeria at the moment, what are you doing for yourself to make your life better? A lot of people rush to university to go and study. What are you studying? When you return back in Nigeria, there is no job for you. What is the point of wasting that money and that year? Those years can be properly utilized when you go, if you go into training. Go and learn something very productive, something that can make you be better off in life. It is not, education is not designed for everybody. Let's put that at the back of our mind. But the bottom line is, UK it's not for everybody. It is not meant for everybody. You need to have the right attitude. For example, people are coming in, they get to the port of entry, they are arrogant. And they want to use their arrogancy to talk to the borders officials. It's not going to work well in that manner. There is no way it will work well in that manner. So let's try to understand the situation of things. Because unless you know what you want and you follow the procedure, it's not that easy. You understand? It is not that easy. There is nothing juicy or rosy in the United Kingdom. Those who have kids and overstay, those who are already in there should fight their battle. I am not talking about those who are in the diaspora. I am talking about those who want to come in. That they should please take the right advice, proper advice. That's what I'm saying. I am not talking about those who are already on the soil in the UK. That is too late to talk about it. I am talking about those who want to come into the country. A lot of people think it's their dreamland. There is no place that called dreamland. You have the dreamland in you, and you can make it happen anywhere. For example, Nigeria is a dreamland for many foreigners that come here, and for many citizens, without even stealing money, because they have the right attitude and meet the right person at the right time, and not the right channel to go through. And that is why they are able to get to their destination on time. People like us left Nigeria because we were disappointed. And when I left Nigeria, I don't have anything to lose. Oh yes, I don't have anything to lose. Plus, I have the right documentation because I have a UK passport from birth. So it's a different ball game entirely. The truth of the advice is that it is not easy in the diaspora. Don't get it wrong. I went to Paris about a few weeks ago, and I see how this it is not many Nigerians there, because Nigeria is not a French-speaking nation. The country that is this African country, I don't want to be rude to describe them too much, but this African country that speak French, they are, many of them are in Paris. They are the one that sell this souvenir at the tower, at the bottom of the big tower there where I took those pictures. And you can note that they are sovereign. They are sovereign. And many of them have turned to a street beggar. Many of them have even turned to stealing money from people's pickpocketing. Because they came with wrong documentation. They went to Paris with wrong documents and wrong attitude. So they are unable to fit in properly. No, it's not Ivory Coast. It's not Ivory Coast. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It is not Ivory Coast. It's this country that I don't want to describe them. You know this country where this guy that the Paris government gave award to, that helped them to take this child from the climbing, helped to rescue a child. That country where that guy comes from, I don't want to describe it too much. I know what I could have used, to classify it or to put it together, but I don't want to use it so that it doesn't come to you, to my fans on there. But the bottom line is that there is nothing in there in any of those countries if you don't have the right documentation. If you are coming to join your family member, it makes sense because you are coming as a wife or as a husband. So of course you are coming with the right document as a spouse. And for many of you that are bringing your mom into the country, you are suffering those mothers because you could have used those time to put them in a better house. Even if you can't build a house for them, rent a nice apartment. Let them move freely in their own country. Let them gossip with their neighbors next door. In the UK where you kept your mom, your dad, it is isolating and they don't have the documents. They are not happy. Yes, Mali, thank you. Mali, fantastic to you. Olamilekan, Lizzie, you are right. Mali is that country. And there's another country next to Mali again. Those people are sovereign in Paris. They are sovereign. The bottom line is that when people are coming into the United Kingdom, please take advice and ask for the necessary available way to apply. Don't leave your business to come and waste yourself in England. Because if you don't have the documents to make you go to school, make you go to work, you cannot fetch for your family through that avenue. So how do you want to do it? How are you going to do it? Understand? How are you going to do it if there is no right documents and there is no free movement? In any country you find yourself, you have to afford yourself free movement. That is the basic life, basic way of living. If you cannot move freely, you have hindered yourself. You have prevented yourself from the opportunity to achieve what a normal human being should achieve on a daily basis. And what is the point? When you have spent so much money to the agent to bring you into the country, and you get to that country, you cannot fetch money. There is no money in the street, or on the street rather. Don't let anybody deceive you. There is no tree pouring money. There isn't any tree pouring money. It is a wrong advice or wrong perception rather to think that there is a country like in UK that anybody can find money on the tree there. Abuse new. One buyini. Those who are there are telling you or they are insulting you. They are reminding you that don't think I am getting money from the tree when I give you money. That's what they are reminding you of. The truth Nigerians don't want to hear. So be it. Let them don't want to. When you got to a place, when travel like that to live illegally, you are very right. Your human right is hindered. You are affecting yourself on a daily basis. And day by day, time is counting. Tomorrow has gone now. If you fail to achieve something credible tomorrow, you will not be able to get it today. And for those who are even coming with their husband or their boyfriend, don't let your partner apply for you as a visitor, because if something go wrong in the UK, you will not have a backup. If something go wrong in the UK between two of you, you will not have a backup. If you truly married to him or truly married to her, and both of you are in love, get a spouse visa. Don't let him tell you to do a visitor visa, because it means he wants to bring you to UK to dump you. It means she wants to get you to UK to punish you. If truly you got married together in Nigeria or elsewhere and you are in love, don't let that person get you a visitor visa in horrid manner. It is not too late. Don't get visitor visa in a hurried manner. Because if you get visitor visa and your relationship break out, you will be on the loose end because you will become an overstayer. But if you have a spouse visa and something happen, the state government will still afford you your indefinite leave to remain. You will get the first 3 months for them to put you under domestic violence relationship, so that they can assist you and take you off from no recourse to public funds. After which then they will now put you back on an indefinite leave to remain. So if you have a husband that came to Nigeria or a wife came to Nigeria and you got married together, don't let him or her tell you to do a visitor visa in a hurried manner because he's so much in a rush. There's nothing called rush. He's deceiving you, she's deceiving you. Wait and apply for a spouse visa. When you wait and apply for a spouse visa, it will enable you to have something to fall on in the event something go wrong. In the event something go wrong, it will enable you to have something to fall on. If you take visitor visa and your marriage end, and possibly not even end, possibly there is a violent situation between two of you and it sent you out of the house, you are gented. Yes. Yes. Then it's a waste of time. You know, it's a waste of time if it happens. So the advice I want to give to you on the grassroots, to those who are in a non-European countries, get the right visa and have the right attitude to travel into the United Kingdom. Some got wrong visa and they have wrong attitude. And when you have wrong visa and wrong attitude, you will be asked to leave. Because basically, you need the right attitude to do the show. And if you don't have the right attitude, then you'll be left out. Because you will be without anything. You understand? So you need the right attitude. Without the right attitude, there is no way you can move it forward. But the documentation is what will let you know. If you have the right visa and you don't have the right attitude, coming to United Kingdom, you may be refused landing. You may be refused landing. The right visa, but no attitude. You may be refused landing. So you need to have that at the back of your mind. You may be refused landing. So there is no way I will condone to encourage you. No. To come on a visit visa and come and overstay, it means that my work is worthless. It means what I'm doing doesn't make sense. If you have partner, make application under her or him. If you don't do that, then it means that you're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be wasting your time. You know? So the basic point of it is that you need to do it rightly. The right attitude is what you need. And if you don't have the right attitude with the right documentation, they're not going to allow you. They're not going to allow you. Because if you come in, what are you going to do? So it's wise advice. And the whole idea is that I want to put it to fellow people out there. Be productive. Be useful to yourself. For example, a man will only earn respect from a woman, from your woman, if you put food on the table for her and the children. If you don't put food on the table, you are not going to earn the respect. And you have to earn the respect. Because sometimes it might not be deserving. So you have to earn it. You cannot call for it. You must earn it. So there is nothing roses there. There's nothing roses. The period you are spending without being in employment, or you are roaming about, you are hanging around, it's a period that you are using to waste. You are wasting yourself. You understand? You are wasting yourself. You are putting yourself down. And time is counting. Everything's all on time, it's all on time. So I want to encourage you, I want to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, that it can be done better, it can be done better. If there is right attitude to it, it can be done better, But get the advice, because if you get the right advice, then you won't fall foul. But if you don't get the right advice, then it would affect you in no way. It will definitely affect you. But the point is that it is not roses in England. There isn't any rose there. Money is not found on the street, and it's not coming from the tree. It's true labor. So if anyone from the United Kingdom give you a penny, please appreciate it. If your family members send money to you from diaspora, please pray for them. Please appreciate them. Even me as a lawyer, giving you money is not easy, because I have responsibilities vaster. I have vast responsibilities that I spend money on. So out of nothing, if I bring it up and give it to you, please use your both hands to collect it with prayer. And that's the only way you can have the next money. Attitude, appreciation. Appreciation should be your attitude, should be your swagger. If you appreciate those who are doing it, then they will not be tired to do so. But if you don't appreciate them, of course they're going to be fed up of you. Of course they're going to be tired. It's going to look like a waste of time. It's going to look like a waste of money. So I'm saying categorically, I am saying it. It is not that roses down there. No, it's not that roses. When you want to come to UK, for example, I realized that on the grassroots, Nigeria doesn't do consultation. So they don't consult. It means there will be death toll. There are many deaths in Nigeria that would have been that is possible to be prevented if they have consulted doctors on their illness. And that's why we have GPs in England. Nigeria does not do consultation. They don't consult. You need to learn how to consult an expert. Those who are running business in Nigeria, they don't have an accountant. They do not have an accountant. And they are earning right money. They are earning money. The entry clearance officers will not appreciate it, because you only went ahead to go and dump the money in the account without an explanation to it. And if you only went ahead to go and dump money in the account without an explanation attached to where the money are coming from, of course I will refuse you as well. I have told people so many times, when I see many refusers, I don't regret seeing them. I don't regret it. Because when I see, I basically come to conclusion that the refuser as a result of ignorance on Nigerians on the grassroots. When you say you are a self-employed person, you are saying that you are earning money through what you sell, through the business you run. And if that is the case, where is the evidence of money you are earning? What do you have to show towards it? Nothing. Nothing. You've got nothing to show towards the money you're earning. So as a result of that, they are going to refuse you entry into the United Kingdom because you did not put the document together properly. You don't have an accountant. You don't even pay your money to First. First is the inland revenue, like HM revenue and custom. That is their first. They call them First in Nigeria. Their tax abbey in Nigeria. But a lot of people don't pay. According to the then Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, she said that she realized that there were many billionaires in Nigeria, but only 2% of them pay taxes. Only 2% of those billionaires pay their taxes. How can country move forward in that regard? Tell me, how can country move forward in that respect? If there are over 200 billionaires in Nigeria and only 2% of them are paying their taxes, what happened to the rest of them? Not to now talk of millionaires. Millionaires, 700 million worth, 600 million worth, 800 million worth, 400 million worth, 300, 100 million worth. They're not paying taxes. They're not paying taxes. Accountability. If you can't account your record correctly, then it means there's a problem on the grassroots. You can't take advice because you think there's no need and you don't have money to waste, but you have money to dump to the visa officer for nothing. Some people have some people have applied 5 times and they've got 5 times refusal, and yet they have not stopped, thinking that it's a gold mining country. They want to go and take their gold there. There isn't gold in England. Sir Winston Churchill on the £5 note said, and I quote, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tea, Seymour." Okay. Traveling abroad is not chocolate. Get your facts right. Yes, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. That is Churchill, Winston Churchill. And Winston is for us in the UK. So you can tell from straight away from the pound note that Deola put out there. It's common sense. It's sweat. And sometimes you get those money through tears. I remember in those days when I was at the law school, when I was training to become a solicitor in the UK. I was trained under a lady, a Nigerian dissident as well. And I could remember vividly what I passed through under her. She might claim that she loves me, but there were some times that she let me know that you get it with hard time. There are some times that she showed me that you cannot get it easy. There are times that she showed me that it is not easy to get what you want to get from me easily. When I was training to become a solicitor in the United Kingdom, it wasn't that rosy at all. It wasn't that easy. I paid my dues. I walked through my nose for her. So many times I have to take on her own case, her cases, and go and stand before the judge and do it for her. In the time when it was raining or cold weather, and you know Central London, you cannot drive down there. Even though I have been driving since the age of 17 or 18 years old, that doesn't matter. But you cannot drive into Central London. So there were times that you have to do it through your sweat blood, through your blood toil. So you were right on the quote from Sir Winston Churchill. It wasn't that easy. But a lot of people are looking at me and seeing me now thinking that I found it easier as a black woman in the UK. I didn't find it very pleasant when I started my career, when I started my journey. Remember, I was with the government I was working as a civil servant. I have to resign my job to move into private practice in those days when it was so glaring and obvious that the person that I trained under me, they put her ahead of me, mainly because she's a Caucasian and I'm an African generation. That was the difference. In terms of having the qualification that desired, I was far qualified. In terms of place of birth, I'd probably be more British than her. But the difference in color speak in the journey. She was a Caucasian and I was an African origin with a black skin. So basically, there's a discrimination into that aspect. And when I saw that they put it through my face like this, it was an insult that I cannot condone. But having said that, in the end, it assisted me and pushed me faster to reach my destination because I was not born to work for anybody. Every time I work under people, especially those who are not having that qualities to be my boss, I find it difficult to work with them easily because they don't have the experience it takes to be my boss. They don't have the quality it takes to supervise someone that has the exposure and have a strong brain. So it makes things so difficult. At that time when I was with the government, every time I put my mouth and talk, they don't like it because I am giving policy advice and it's like I am intruding. But policy advice must be given from someone of my caliber, of my status. When you see things that is not good, the next thing is that you have to advise who is in charge. quietly. But a lot of them does not appreciate it. So as a result of that, if you are one of those, it will go against you. It is not rosy in England. That is the reason of this talk. So you got to really understand. You got to really understand that the only way forward is to look after where you are first. Because I couldn't get what I wanted from Nigeria, that is why I traveled overseas. And because I have the opportunity straight away on the first movement as a citizen of the United Kingdom. So I did not think twice. When it came to time that I want to leave Nigeria, I just called my parents to a meeting. I sat with both of them and I said to my parents, Mom, Dad, I think it's about time for me to return back to United Kingdom. Both of them looked into their eyes and said, what nonsense. I said, I think it's about time to return back because I don't think I have anything to offer or to take in Nigeria at the moment. Let me go and get the exposure more. Maybe later on I will return to offer what I gained from there. You will know Nigerian parents, sometimes they don't want to leave kids on time. But I wasn't a kid, I was an adult. But single, I have nothing to lose then. So I called them into meeting. We drag it on for a week. Then my father came to conclusion and said to my mother that, let her go. Let her go. God will guide her. Let her go. From there, I started it. I put my document together, old files, everything. I took it to them in Lagos, you know, where the Marina, that is where the Nigerian British Embassy was then. I took the document down to Marina for a renewal. Renewal which took me almost a year before I can get my passport, my new passport, because it was a baby passport I had. I was young when I left England. So they have to contact United Kingdom, go to my hospital where I was born, go to the school I went, go to the doctor, all the injections I've taken, inquiry about my parents. Even though I was the youngest, but I was the first to come out of the country because I was the first to renew my passport among my siblings. It was 3 of us that have British passport by birth. But I was the first one to come back because I saw it quickly that I can't gain anything anymore. There's nothing. The certificate is there, school start with good result, but it's wasting. It's wasting. But in England, it cannot waste. The moment I get to England, I was able to register into school and start my career fluently, beautifully. There was nothing. At the airport when I landed at Terminal 3, I remember they said, welcome back home. Then, the lady that gave me the landing on that day, I remember in those days, she said, you're welcome back home. I'm sure you'll be pleased that you're out of Nigeria. I looked at her. I didn't realize what she meant. But later on in life, I realized what she was saying then, that it was the truth part of it. Because there was nothing. There was no godfather apart from my parents. So I have to live and make life for myself. It's because I have British passport from birth. If I don't have British passport, the next thing I should have taken is a student visa to travel out of Nigeria then, if I'm not with British passport. So if you are in that kind of situation relating to mine, my story is not hidden. Get student visa to leave Nigeria. Don't take visitor visa. Take student visa to get yourself out of the country. On landing in England, once they have landed you and you are out of the country, the next thing is that you should take advice from a competent lawyer of my standard. What is the next thing after being a student? What should I do? What should I be thinking of? If you come to me as a student, I will give you a solid advice because I was once in that shoes of somebody who left Nigeria when there was nothing. So Nigeria is not a strange land to me. It's a country that I know from back of my hand. But if you don't have Godfather that you can rely on, the next thing I will be thinking in my head if I were in your shoes, and I want education as my primary objective, is a student visa. Student visa is your primary objective. So you should be putting money together and think of getting out of the country on a student status. When you leave the country on a student status, then you will be able to find your means and do what others are doing when you get to England. Study, and then later on vary your status. Get work permits and do things in a better way. If it's not done in that manner, a visiting visa will mess you up in big time. A visiting visa will destroy you. Things have changed, and things no longer be the same anymore in the UK. So when you are coming, get the right advice. Come with the right attitude. If you think you are coming and you think that you want to play smart, those who are on the ground are smarter than you. Trust me, they are intelligent. They have taken them to many countries for training, so they know the other countries' attitude. So they are psychologists. They are smart. And as a result of that, my advice to all of you out there that want to come to United Kingdom, don't fall foul. Get the right advice. We have the jurisdiction, which means that we studied English law, so we know what it requires. We know what they are asking, and we can give you the thorough advice. There is no way lawyer on grant in Nigeria can give you the jurisdiction advice on English jurisdiction, because they are not UK lawyers. But they want the fast money on immigration on you guys. And that's why majority of you get 10 years ban, because everybody is preparing visa form. If you get to the visa office in, what is this area called in Ikeja, down the road there, you will see them, how those small girls have that fast thinking to note that you are being refused. By the time they see you in the envelope, they know the refusal, they know grant of status. They will be telling people on their shoulder that you'll be refused already. And these guys have only school certs. And when you give your work to that kind of people, of course you are going to get refusal. What do they understand on the requirements that the Secretary of State is seeking? What do they know about the validity of V9 on visas to come to United Kingdom? What exactly do they understand? But they understand fast money. They charge you token money, but you get 10 years ban because you did not take advice from those who have the jurisdiction. So the wise word for you today, if you are out there, please, if you want to come to United Kingdom, get advice first, and that's the reason for the consultation. Consultancy fee, go and get it. And the person wants to sew clothes for me, and look at the way the person is first. You understand? And you look at the way the person is, and then you make up your mind whether the person fits in the shoes or not. If you want to travel to the United Kingdom, you must have money to afford consultancy fee. If you don't have the consultation fee of ordinary 30,000 naira, how much are you going to have in the bank account to please my entry clearance officers when it comes to putting the document together? Because you will be refused if you don't have juicy money in your account. And when we talk of juicy money, we're not talking of dumping money into the account. We're talking of money coming into the account as your income regularly. Regular income. If you don't have regular income to back it up, it basically means that it's going to affect you. You understand? It will affect you because they will refuse you. So, to those who are in the diaspora, tell your family member, if you want to sponsor them, let them get consultation first. Because if you don't get the consultation and know exactly what it entails, the document requires, the procedures and the fees involved, why wasting your time? Why wasting your time? What makes you think that it is easy? What makes you think you're going to get it that easy? So I'm giving the advice to you, which is wise advice. Do it properly. Do it properly. Do it properly. Get enough advice. When you get the accurate advice, then you can survive it. To survive in the United Kingdom. Good morning, my dear. Good morning, how are you? Good morning, madam. Good morning. Good morning. Please take a seat, I'm coming. You know, To get the right advice, it's through consultation. And if you cannot pay consultancy fee, what evidence do we have that you have the money to come to the United Kingdom? United Kingdom is not for Dick and Harry. So you will really need to understand that you need money. And that's what the entry clearance officers are trying to tell you indirectly. The money you put in the account, they are not yours. You only dump the money overnight. And when you dump money overnight in the account, of course, it comes as money laundering, because you cannot explain that money, unexplained money in the account. Majority of people were refused because they have unexplained income. If you are self-employed, get receipt and invoice letterhead on your business. All of my businesses have my letterheads. I have letterhead. I have business cards. I have website. I have everything. So you can put me together. You can find me under one heading. I make it easier for people to find me. Once you Google me now, you find me and find everything relating to me on Google. So the point is that get advice to know where you are coming. You have not come to UK before, and you don't even have the knowledge and understanding. I saw some people last week in this office, Keja here, and they make me laugh because I realized that what is in the bank account does not even pay me for my job, and they want to come to United Kingdom. What is in that bank account cannot even pay me on my job that I'm going to do. When I put the application together, what I saw in the bank account cannot pay me. And if you can't pay me, how are you going to satisfy the entry clearance officer? Because you need to have 6 months income steady coming in every month into your bank account. And if they're not there, what's the point? And it's my dash off your tongue well. Whatever you have to prove that you have money, you are financially viable. If you're not financially viable, what's the point? Those who are on the ground already in the diaspora, their case is different. I told you last time, I can handle them. The case of those who are in the diaspora is different. All I'm seeking for now is the extension of leave, asking the Secretary of State to pardon them, to use his discretionary power to allow them, to have their status. Because why do you and you know the shake padasi, so this tension needs to be done. So we are seeking that discretionary power from him and grant of status to those who are already in the diaspora. But those who are coming in is my area of concern for the purpose of this video. Please don't sell your dukia on the visit visa. You can only sell your dukia if you are given an entrepreneur visa or you are given a spouse visa. It makes sense because you will be having the opportunity to work to Bade UK. So of course we'll make a way pada egbe osuko niyan 460, 470, 480 to 1 lowo. So egbe ko ni wa eni to ko 480 naira dání temi mú £1 dání yun se egbe. Owó tó kó dání pọ̀ lóòótọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kan péré tí mo mú dání yẹn kò ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. And that is why I understand why many people want to come there. But come with the right documents. Please, come with the right documents. And that is why there's so much heavy refusal. Because I can tell you categorically from the stakeholders, Nigeria is on the red alert. I like Boron country. It's already marked. Nigeria is one of the countries that is marked with red. Even at home in the UK, Nigeria is marked on the board. I saw it myself. Nigeria, they don't follow single procedure, and that is why man refuse one share. Because waste the whole nìyẹn. Mo rí èèyàn kan lánàá Abidjan, mo rí èèyàn kan ní last week. Ó ti apply 10 mẹ́rin márùn-ún. They applied, the application was 4-5 times, and they keep refusing that person, and the person keep going on the same reason for refusal. When they refuse you, there has to be cooling off period. There has to be cooling off period. Cooling off period is that don't go back there immediately, don't refuse it. Don't go in on 2 weeks again, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. It doesn't make sense. Leave it and look at the reason for refusal, and consult lawyer of my caliber that have English jurisdiction. Nigerian lawyer ò lè ṣe ẹ má gbàgbé àwọn ò kì í ṣe lawyer UK. They didn't study law, United Kingdom law. They studied Nigerian law. So bluff. One kàn rò pé form lásán. It's not just ordinary form. ẹni tó bá lójú òun ló máa ń rí small print. And those of us who have the eyes are those of us who study the English jurisdiction and practice immigration laws. If you don't practice that rules there, you don't know it. Not even everybody that practice it. You got to be on a senior level to see the small print. O gbọ́dọ̀ ní àwọn kan tó move mọ́ tó wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn that is telling you that listen, things have changed. Change your system, change your ways, change your advice again. Lambert Wilson said, I make the biggest mistake of my life by listening to bad advice and got a 10-year ban. Did you see that, Lobaton? And 10 years is 10 years. 10 years is 10 years. Take it or leave it. 10 years is 10 years. If you're banned for 10 years, you got to stay outside for 10 years. And after that 10 years, to remove it, we have to pray to the Secretary of State in the UK on a certain immigration rules before we can remove it. And it is not every lawyer no ní capacity láti remove order yẹn. Ṣobatán. Because à ń lọ office ò jẹ́ ká mẹ́ni tó data tó jẹ́ office staff gangan. Majority of those who give their advice are just ordinary immigration lawyers. They are not solicitors. As a result, they don't have the capacity to deal with others. Those of us that deal with others are a senior level. Tó bá dojúrú gan à ń pe inú ilé fúnra ẹ̀ ní pé listen, where is so paragraph? Where is it hidden in the archive? They know that you know what you are doing for you to ask them. I asked for transcripts on somebody on at Terminal 3. Within 2 hours, I was given that transcript. Another lawyer may not get that transcript for 3 weeks. But I get the transcript within 2 hours of faxing borders and tell them that, listen, I am aware there is an incident on so day at so place at so terminal with so officer. Check the letter of authority. I am authorized to act on behalf of this person. I want to have the transcript interview. I want to see exactly what transpired between the officer and that person on landing. Don't sign document that you don't read. Don't sign document that you have not read. Ignorance to law is not an excuse. You're well read. An average of Nigerians have a first degree. Nigeria is an English-speaking country. Do not sign document that you have not read. Majority of people are deported and removed. They sign document wrongly. Don't sign document that you have not read. That is not an excuse. That is why when clients come to my office and said, oh, as a commissioner of oaths, which is what I am, commissioner for oaths, they want me to satisfy document for them. I read it. They might not sign ìwé ilé mi fún wọn. Wọ́n á ní ṣe bí wọ́n lọ sign date bíelebíele ṣé o follow you ni. And when you go to court, what would my senior judge say? My judges will tell me that you are daft in the law. Are you not a lawyer? Why would you sign document without reading it? And that's why it takes me ages. When people come for me to perform the commissioner of oaths on their document, I read carefully and they are in a hurry. And I tell them they should go to another lawyer that cannot read it, that will sign straight away. Because ignorance of law is not an excuse. Once you sign a document, you are bound. It's your signature. There is a DNA for signature, apart from DNA blood. It will be attested in the court of law. Then the signature will be read. They can read your signature. One for signature for any UK. One for one. If you speak without speaking out, they will release you and bring it out what you said. If you are to boo immigration officer, one release a camera, one begade. It's not just a country of any dick and harry. There are rules and procedures that we have to follow. And that's the whole idea of coming out and give it out to the people. You see, I've said to people, I am a solicitor and I stand corrected, but I do things differently. Why you have to say the reason why you are different from others. There are many musicians. Ìwọ ló mọ reason tó kọ tó dùn létí ẹ, ìwọ ló mọ reason tó ṣe pé Wàsíù Àyìndé sí party ẹ, ìwọ ló mọ reason tó kọ, ìwọ ló mọ reason tó ṣe stand out, ìwọ ló mọ reason tí Àkàndé Òbíṣèré ṣe stand out, ìwọ ló mọ reason tí Wàsíù Àyìndé ṣe stand out lórí ọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀, ìwọ ló mọ reason tí Yínká Ayéfẹ́lẹ́ ṣe stand out. Because everybody must do something to stand out in their legal line, in their profession. Even if you're an ordinary water selling person, the bag or the bottle you use is important. The presentation of selling the water that is not dirty and your hands not dirty at the time you're selling is your selling point. And the appearance sometimes can cajole people. Appearance. ìrínisí nìṣe ni lọ́jọ́. When you call yourself a lawyer, bàtà gan ti jẹ tán lẹ́sẹ̀. Ṣé ẹni tó máa dáṣọ fún yàn nìyẹn? Ṣé ẹ ti mọ̀ pé owó tó bá gbà lọ́wọ́ ọkọ máa fi jẹ pápárun ni? And that's why I tell my clients, I am not kobo lawyer. When you bring your case to a Tokunbo Lagbaye, you are bringing your case to somebody who have so much to lose. The office I'm using in Lagos is my permanent office, so it's not. Give them description. They are coming to office. It's not where you come to my office, you will not find me tomorrow. It's my permanent building, so you can find me anytime I'm on land. In England, it's my permanent place. Anywhere I am, I permanent myself, so that I'm only my cook be a year. You understand? I lost the party conduct. They meet me at that party. One was shocked. I am not SU, but when it comes to my work, I take my work serious. I take my work very seriously, and I am very, very serious about it. I don't joke with my work. You understand? I don't joke with my work. I let people understand what I am doing, and what I am selling that makes me different from everybody is the truth, which the world doesn't want to hear sometimes. At the end of the day, they still end up coming back and come and pay double. In England, I always smile because my clients, some of them are just so, I don't know want to use rude word, but I see some of them being smart. Bring it, let me describe, bring it. Because I see some of them that at the end of the day, they're not smart. You know, because if they, you've done it. If they are smart, they will know that one to bara òótọ́, to bara ro le ra òótọ́ is a stupid English. It's a stupid English to use that language as if to bara ro ko le ra òótọ́. You can buy truth straight away if you are highly intelligent. If you are highly intelligent, tí wọ́n fúnra ẹgbẹ́ òkín tí òkín ṣe òkú ọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ from day one, wàá mọ̀ tó bá ti ń parọ́ fún ẹ. Wàá mọ̀ ojú ẹ̀ á ṣí. Wàá mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run pa. Ó dàbí ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ wòlíì ni. When a wòlíì is telling you lies, wàá mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń sọ kò bá ẹ mu. Tí wòlíì bá ń jíṣẹ́ fún ẹ, if a prophet or prophetess is telling you something that doesn't relate to yourself, wàá ti mọ̀ pé ẹ̀mí ara ló lò kì í ṣe ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run ló lò. If you are in spirit yourself. But when you are not in spirit, you get carried away and say, yes, ma, amen, sir, amen, sir, amen, sir. Absolutely disgusting. Because you were not in spirit. You can buy truth from day one. If you yourself, you are truthful to yourself. If you yourself, you are truthful to yourself, you can buy the truth straight away. There's so much happening around us that we just need to know who and who to move with and how to go about it. The right attitude is what we need. The right attitude. There are so many people that are coming with the right visa at the borders and they refuse them landing because they have the wrong attitude. They don't have the right attitude. The people you are talking to at the borders, they are human beings. The blood runs in their veins. And when you are coming, you are guy, you are oil somebody, you work in the oil industry, you have money, and you want to be rude to them. They will mess you up 10 years ban. Because they see you as arrogant person. They will mess you up. Even us on landing, because you are already inside. So to place passport, although I want to walk with British Nigerian passport, I don't know. But we that go in with British passport, because the moment you are there, they are just looking at you like this. It is you and the machine that will be talking. So if you carry somebody else's passport, you are not going to enter. Because the machine will not open. Because they are reading it on their system, one word, but they're not going to get involved. It is you, an ordinary machine. But if you have problem and you can consult them and say, excuse me, can you please do me a favor? Can you tell me what to do here? Or on landing, they ask you a question that, what are you coming to take in the United Kingdom? And you are telling them that, what do you expect me to come and take? You're being rude. It's one question for one answer. What are you coming to take in the UK? I'm coming on a visit. Who are you coming to visit? My friend, my mom, my sister. Oh, I'm just coming to do a bit of shopping and to look at the country for the first time. Simple. Have you been here before? I've never come to United Kingdom. Why UK? Because I just love to be here. having money, and if you have not come to United Kingdom, it means you have not been exposed, because it's one of the upper country that everybody have respect for in the world. Simple. And if you cannot use it complicatedly the way I have said it complexly, then say it in another way, that it's because it's a English speaking country and it's closer than US. It's a 6 hours flight from Nigeria to UK, whereas to go to US is about 12 hours to the closest. You have to change from United Kingdom to travel to the New York. So it's such a simple question. If the officers ask you a question, respect them and answer them back. They will afford you landing. Even if you have wrong visa, they can tell you that go in for 3 days and return back. They can say, listen, I'm only giving you 10 days to do what you are going to do. I don't want to damage your passport. Return back. There is an agreement in place. Because respect is reciprocate. Don't come to United Kingdom with wrong attitude. The borders will not take it on. The officers will not accept it, because they are human beings. And also, another thing is that most people that have refusal, it's part of the wise word I want to give you. Most people that have refusal, it's a result of your lawyer being so arrogant in write-up. It's as a result of your lawyer being so arrogant and not humble. If you are not humble, if lawyers are not humble when you are addressing the Secretary of State agent, you client Lema Faragba. There was the day they came to do investigation in my office. They read my letters, my representation. The officer called me and said, who taught you? I said, because I'm a UK trained lawyer. They said, no, it's not because of that. Who taught you? I said, the way my father brought me up. When you are getting something from somebody, you have to be humble. You cannot afford to be arrogant when you are taking something from somebody. I use that attitude. I carry it along into my legal profession, and it's paying off. It's helping me. When I want to start my writing, I will say with great humility, with great date, I am humble, sir. Dear sir, dear madam, with great humility, I seek for my client's this. And if I'm asking for a redress, I start with humility before I even start quoting law. Because starting quoting law straight away is disrespecting. Majority of them are not lawyers. So if your lawyer is quoting law straight away to a caseworker, you are disrespecting him or her. And that can go against you, client. It can go against you easily. Because in everything we do in life, we need right attitude. Right attitude, right people, movements. If you move with wrong people in your journey, that can damage your destiny for life. The moment you move with wrong group, you are destroyed. And once you are destroyed, forget it, that's the end of that journey. Nobody will trust your journey anymore. So when you're making a move, you've got to look left and right before you turn. And in your turning, you've got to turn into the right lane, not wrong lane. Because turning into the wrong lane could cause you an accident and even affect other people's life in the journey. And that is why I'm giving the advice. Take advice from onset in anything you want to do, especially those who are traveling into the United Kingdom. Get advice on the right documentation and the right type of visa to come in with. There are so many visas you can take. A lot of people do not know that there is youth mobility there, tier 3, entertainment industry. Come with musicians and go back for you to understand. Once you travel with them, you know the country, you travel successfully. You can go back and go and take student visa. You can come on a visit visa and change your mind, come back to Nigeria and come and take student visa. Student visa allows you to work. Visiting visa does not allow you to work. Youth mobility tier 3 allows you to work in an entertainment industry. A lot of things. A lot of Nigerians have money there. They don't know the right visa. If you are in the high industry or you have money, take entrepreneur. For your family, if you want your family to go and you don't want to go, you can get the entrepreneur visa for them. Put your wife forward and be the dependent of your wife as a husband, because you will be in Nigeria. Continue to run the oil business or whatever business you are doing. And put your family there and the children, because you want them to go and benefit from the education in England. But get the right visa. The right visa is what is affecting everybody. Everybody wants to come to UK, dump the children into UK school on a visit visa. It doesn't work like that. And there's no way it can work better other than to follow the right channel, right advice, and the right attitude. And that's what I have for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go because I have people coming today on ground. And today is a bank holiday in Nigeria. Bank holiday, the meaning is that a free day that government give you. not to work, to enjoy yourself. That's what they have in Nigeria today, Independence Day. I cannot remember how many years I have spent independence with Nigeria. So I think I'm going to go out today with them and enjoy myself in the evening. And if you are not there, I don't know where else you can be. I'm so sorry to spoil your mood. But if you are not there, I wonder where else you can be. I'm going to enjoy myself. I don't care. One life. Nobody really. I'll go out after I finish seeing my client. Do you understand? Enjoy yourself wherever you are. One life. Have a lovely day. Bye for now, all of you. I love you and I cannot love you less. But please tell our family that join us in the UK. Right attitude, right documentation, right visa. Do consultation. Tòkunbọ̀ Ọlágbáyé ló lè ṣe o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán kankan parọ́ fún yín. Tòkunbọ̀ Ọlágbáyé. Màá sọ òótọ́ fún yín, màá sojú abẹ níkò. Èmi tí mo wà níwájú George, I'm in the presence of the judge and I'm correcting George straight away pé no sir. No sir, the judge put his eyes up and look at me. Ṣé o serious? Ṣé o gbádùn? You can tell the body language the way he's talking to me. Ṣé o gbádùn? Àbí kí n spell it out to be. But he can't do it because he knows I'm talking the points. But the body language straight away is telling me that ṣé o gbádùn ọmọ yìí. O fẹ́ máa kọ́ mi níṣẹ́ mi. But I was teaching him on that day. I was actually telling him what to do because my judge has already moved from the track by mistake. He put a line. But my big mouth, I looked at her and said, "Hey sir, excuse me sir." Even the home office presenting officer gan o rántí pé judge ti kó lórí láwọn ti wà lórí nǹkan mi. But I quickly call him back, call it to his attention and say, "Listen, this is the way sir." You understand? So if I can call a judge attention to a proper thing, believe me, ibi tó bá lé kì í ṣọkùnrin kan náà bá ń bẹ̀ o. Náà ń bá ẹni tó bá ní Kristi nínú ayé ẹ̀. Because babaláwo á ṣeré lọ, oníṣègùn á rìn lọ, wòlíì gan á rìn lọ. But when you have Christ, it's going nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go now. But I love you guys and I cannot love you less. Stay tuned until when you see me back again. Enjoy the Independence Day, October 1st, 1960. Nigeria got it from the white men. Ikoyi still remain the same road from the time they left Nigeria into the Nigerians' hand. Ikoyi's roads are still the same. Nothing better still done about it. Gbogbo àdúgbò táwọn white men fi sílẹ̀ ó ṣì wà ńbẹ̀. They have not done it properly. When you are going to Ireland, that is where you find the stupid traffic because they have not done it. We've got the independence. Gbogbo Alaba area or Ojo, Mile 2, as if they are nobody, as if they are not part of Lagos State. Those areas are stupidly useless, abandoned area. If government is out there, they should help those people in that area. Those people are part of Lagos. They are Lagosians. Mile 2 Ojo area, Alaba, they are sovereign. If you don't drive Jeep, you cannot travel to all those density area. Kilo de kilo shele, kilo go wrong. And people are voting and selling their votes. Nigeria, wise up and use your common sense. When you cannot control your things on your local level, they are giving you money to sell your rights, your children's birthright, and you want to come to a country where we have put things right properly. Kẹtùwá bá wa mess ibẹ̀ up. Rárá kò possible. Stay tuned until I come back. Ọ̀rọ̀ wà o, mo ṣì ń bọ̀ mi ò tí ì dé. Lórí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ ta ìbò yín ní Ọ̀ṣun, tẹ́ ń change owó, tẹ́ gba àǹkárá, 2 bundles of àǹkárá and bloody 2,000 naira. Owó tí ò tó mu supermarket ní ibẹ̀ yẹn lásán. Ẹ ń gbà ẹ̀yin ìyá wọ̀nyẹn lẹ ń cause problem. Ẹ̀yin ìyá tẹ́ ẹ̀ kàwé yẹn lẹ ń cause problem majorly on the ground. You sell your vote and it was obvious. I saw it. You were collecting money and 2 bundles of àkàrà 5 yards méjì pẹ̀lú owó ríran. Èkíní ògo yín lẹ tà yẹn immediately láti fún yín láṣọ tó fún yín lówó ríran sí ẹ ti ta ògo yín. Ẹ ti ta ògo yín ẹ ti ta ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ yín. You have sold your destiny, you have sold your children's future by collecting those clothes and getting that money from them. Ẹ ti finish ayé yín ti fọ́, ẹ ti bà ayé yín jẹ́, èyí tẹ́ ṣe yẹn l'Ọ̀ṣun state. You know me, I don't have political parties that I support. The truth must be spoken. You have sold your right. You should have allowed that election to go on freely without anybody margin. Can't run it. If it's in England, it's too close to call. They will run it. They will ask for some local government to be recounted. One can't, but I'm not in England. To back close. But one in back. Although in the past, UKIP has already done it with conservative by moving from one place to another. Fair enough, but money must not pass hands. It is future of your children. So stop complaining. When I come on ground, please don't complain to my ears that Nigerian is this and that. And in front of you on the grassroots, you sold your rights on the grassroots, and that's it. Stephanie, goodbye for now.